Good evening, it's Brian at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. So I'm going to show you this 2015 Honda CRV 1.6 diesel ES Sport. Brian is my name. If there's any information you want on the car, 045 531 000 or the mobile 086 843 1945 or www.hondacentre.ie. Just if you want to look at any of the stock we have. So this is the ES Sport model. So it's a two-wheel drive car, 1.6 with 120 brake horsepower. In this country at the moment, that is €180 a year for road tax, so band day road tax. So the significance basically is a lot of, well, first thing is it's the the facelifted model which has been recently launched compared to when they came out first in 2012. Grille and kind of headlights and all that stuff are a bit different. So this is the updated model. There's three different specs. So you have like an ES Sport, and then there's an EX over there as well, so there is. So just in terms of starting, just have a look around the car. Once we open up the car from the key, the first thing that's kind of pretty obvious on it is it's got a nice xenon headlight. What I mean by xenon headlight is this is the normal kind of style light you'll have on a car, which is more of a halogen style finish on it. So you see the way it's kind of more of a cream kind of colour, so it is, which is the normal headlights you have in a lot of cars. But on the likes of a xenon headlight, see the way it's really, really bright and blue. And the other thing then that's kind of cool on them is they'll have, let's have a look here inside, cornering lights, okay? So I'm just going to start this here for a sec. So cornering lights, once we turn that, we get these two LEDs along here as well. Okay, today you probably can't really see it, but what it would do is light up that area along there, and then they turn off afterwards as well. The other thing as well, because it has xenon headlights, like all Hondas with xenon headlights, it's got headlight washers on it as well. So pretty cool, but especially on a white car like this. And they do come in different colours obviously, but white is pretty stunning in it. But it just looks more expensive than a normal one. The parking lights on those have a nice wraparound kind of function that goes all the way around here, but that's also the daytime running light that's on the car too. So if, for example, we turn off the lights and we just go for daytime runner instead. Okay, so as you can see then, you get a nice daytime running light which wraps all the way around as well, which is an LED, so it's really, really cool looking. Standard actually on all the CRVs is this nice garnish that comes along the front here. The back of it gets it as well, but standard across the front here. But it looks so cool in white with the colour of the car, chrome section along here, the nice daytime running lights, fatter kind of grille along the front, the chrome around the fog lights, the garnish along the front. Like, you'd kind of think there would be too much going on because there's so many different shapes of colours, but it actually blends together really well. So the other thing that's significant on these afterwards then is it's got an 18-inch wheel. So basically an ES model like this one here has got a 17-inch wheel. But if we look here, there's a polished finish. So ES with an alloy silver kind of finish on it, where this one has a polished finish with the black inserts along there. That black insert's really, really useful because it's grand for, because you know they get brake dust and stuff like that, so it kind of hides it, so it's much easier to maintain them over the period of time. Just in terms of locking the car, like an ES and like an ES Sport and an EX over there as well. Once you, sorry about the noise in the background, I think it's a motorbike outside. Once you open up the doors, you can open up the windows as well, and similarly again when you go to lock it, you can lock the windows and the doors. There's an alarm and immobilizer and all that kind of stuff along there as well anyway. Roof rails come standard, so you see on this ES one it doesn't have roof rails, whereas this ES Sport does, and so does the EX one down at the end there as well. Now there's an extremely noisy motorbike. Why you would want that, I don't know. So let's have a look in around the back. Again, nice garnish that we were talking about, and chrome surround down along here. Tinted rear glass. And again, just to remind you, this is a pearl white, but they do come in a variety of different colours as well. That is the size of the boot, which makes a nice change from the normal videos that I do at night, which is way too dark. Again, that's hand cover, so at least this time you can actually see the size of the boot rather than trying to imagine it. So apologies for some of the poor quality videos I've done lately. I am mindful of trying to get a new camera at some stage which is superior to this one, which probably wouldn't be hard, but yeah, so same idea for centre locking along here, tinted rear glass along here, chrome surrounds all the way around the windows, and then if you open it properly, one thing about Hondas, unlock driver's door first, second unlock opens all the doors and the boot. So nice kind of leather finish down along here, and then after that half leather interior with velour along there. Okay, it is a little bit dark in here, but armrest along the centre, three head restraints, three 3-point safety belts, eyes affixed down along here as well. Lots of room, I think, is fair to say, and then vents down along there for the rear occupants, which are okay. They're standard on the ES model like this, but this one, the main thing is the upholstery and the tinted glass and the roof rails. So just to recap real quick, on the outside, if you look at this car, there's 4 different specs actually. You can get an SE, which looks very, very like that on the outside. You can get the ES, which is that one there, okay? But as we move up from ES, okay, to ES Sport, we're going to gain things like alloy wheels, which are bigger and nice shiny polished finish, roof rails, okay? After that then the nice xenon headlights with cornering function, tinted rear glass, and after that there the main differences. So an ES Sport and an EX, which is the range topper at between 40, 45 up as far as 48, depending on whether it's automatic or manual, is identical to look at. Between that and ES Sport, there's absolutely no difference on the outside whatsoever. Okay, so by the way, just in case if anyone's wondering what's happening here, okay, there's a finish that we put on cars that when you're collecting a car, you buy a car and it's got, like, it's washed and polished and hoovered and all that kind of stuff. But these days, just, you know, with some of the nice metallic finishes on cars, we put on paint protectors on the outside and then upholstery cleaners on the inside, or protectors on the inside. So that's just an illustration. If you put your hand on it, you can actually feel a difference between the two sides. And the idea is that there's a glaze that goes over the whole paintwork of the car. Various kind of tar, bird droppings and all that stuff. It doesn't stick to it as easy. It's much easier to clean, but when you do clean the car, you wipe it down rather than having to polish it again, and you get a nice polished finish. On the inside, it protects the upholstery in a way that it doesn't allow stain. It's stain prevention basically. But again, we can go through that with you anyway. So that's just an illustration, not something that you'd have to have on the bonnet of your car. Okay, so after that then obviously electrics for windows and mirrors and that kind of stuff. Right, after that then, I'm going to turn on these lights here for a minute. So as we were saying, half leather interior as it's an ES Sport, seat heaters. Okay, let's just get the Honda Connect system going there. So information here like average speed, miles per gallon, all that kind of stuff. Cruise control with a speed limiter. Bluetooth along here so you can make phone calls and that kind of stuff. And it varies, manipulates all that kind of stuff along here. iMid up here, which we control from here, and average speed, miles per gallon, similarly clock, all that kind of stuff of it displayed up along here too. This side over here for heating controls, and then we can get rid of the sink, and it means I can do my own thing on that side there, where you want the air to blow, front and rear windscreen demisters, and then also the wing mirrors demist as well too. So electrochromatic rear mirror, which means that it'll darken when cars will come up behind you, so you don't have to worry about daytime or nighttime. Sunglasses holder, which turns into a conversation mirror. To be fair, that's actually a standard feature on all the CRVs anyway, so it is. But so the main thing here is, I suppose, over in ES. So this is an ES here, which is the middle spec. So all the dash and all that kind of stuff, very, very similar, but the seat material is a big thing. So if you have a look at this one here, then it's got a half leather instead of a cloth, and then as we were saying, the heated seats as well. And the other thing as well is on an ES Sport passenger side height adjuster, which you don't have on the SE. Sorry, the SE and the ES, like these ones. So you have to go for this third spec up to get that. Right, just let's have a quick look at the Connect system. So let's go to the home screen. This is on ES Sport, and this is new. Now, one thing to bear in mind, these cars have gone up 500 euros over the old model. 500 quid, which is getting you I need to wait for that for a sec because it's only after loading up. So we're going to give that a sec. But basically 500 euros over the old model I was in it for, like, such a massive difference in terms of how the car looks, the types of wheels and all that kind of stuff that are on it. So big upgrade that way. But the other thing is you're actually getting sat nav as well. So like, I think it's super value to go for ES Sport now. And basically we're into a Garmin after that, so where to, you know, exact same as what you'd have maybe plugged into your car as an accessory already. So very, very cool. Reverse camera and all that stuff down through there. But there's different settings which I, for some reason, only figured out very recently. Right, first things first is, you see the wing mirror? So if I go for reverse, I'm going to put in reverse right now. And see the way the wing mirror is starting to adjust? Okay, so it shows me what's happening in the corner of the car. This over here, the camera's got 3 different functions. So it used to be up here, whereas now it's down here. And okay, first of all, it's much bigger, but it gives a nice panoramic, and I've noticed that actually on these, if you're reversing out of your driveway, because I've got really, it's crap, it's really, you can't see what's coming. So I've noticed with that, I can see way more when people are kind of walking down or cars coming towards. But what I've only noticed now is, or you can put it onto a more broad kind of panoramic view, or you can actually zoom. So that's pretty cool. I only noticed that in the last couple of days. After that then, right, let's get out of there for a sec. Mobile phone functions, so obviously phone book, all that kind of stuff as well. Okay, phone's not connected. Again, I will do a separate video on these because I understand there's a lot there. Trip information, average speed, miles per gallon, all that kind of stuff is down through here. And then this is a swipe function, by the way, as well. Operated like by Android, so it's like any Samsung or anything like that. Okay, tune and seek up through the radio stations, and then a various list and things like that as well. So grand. And then overall settings, you know, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. What would happen is, if you wanted to go surf the net, right, what would happen is, actually, you know what, right, if you can stick the video for the, oh no, I haven't got my lead. Okay, I'll do it in the next video. But what would happen is, here you would go into Wi-Fi and you would don't do that. Okay, I'm messing around here now. But basically, Wi-Fi on or off, standard, okay, edit pairing code. Anyway, what would happen is, we'd go into that, pair them up, and then what you would do is go back into the home screen, use this along here, and now you go hit your browser along there, and you go surf the internet, which would be pretty cool. So Google or whatever will come up there. It's just saying you have no internet connection, obviously, because the phone's not working. It works off personal hotspot. It's going to use your 3G or 4G or whatever it is that you have on your phone, so you are going to get charged, but like, it's bigger screen, so if you're sitting in the car, why would you not use it? The other thing then after that is HDMI along here, which will play video up through there, and then you got 2 USB connectors, which I've often been thinking, why have they not done that in cars? Because sometimes you're charging your phone and you want to listen to an iPod as well, so that's really handy, or 2 people with 2 different things. So basically that's ES Sport, so that's like third spec in there's 4 different specs in a 1.6 2-wheel drive 120 horsepower. So that is ES Sport in that particular spec, which is 1, 2, 3. Third model, so like is in second from the top. But if you're looking at the 4-wheel drive version, then it's the middle spec. But I think you'll agree that is a pretty cool looking car. White is stunning, but again, we do have a variety of different colours on them anyway. So thanks for taking time to watch. If you've actually managed to get to the very end of it, really, really appreciate it. And if there's any information you want on the car, give me a call, 045 531 000 or 086 843 1945. We're garage here for like nearly 70 years. We do finance, we do trade-ins. So thanks for your time, and hopefully we'll chat to you soon if something like this is of interest.